Welcome to the Ponder Podcast.
Yo, what up?
This CJ.
LP.
L.
Keezy for Sheezy.
All right. Well, what's today?
I think it's the 21st. Right? September 21st. Let me make show.
September 21st, 2022. All right. Let's see where we're going to start our news today. So this from Channel 19 News. I got like 4 topics here. So the FDA has to put out a warning not to cook chicken in NyQuil.
Say what?
The FDA had to put out a warning on the website, the FDA website, Food and Drug Administration, to not cook chicken in NyQuil.
Who cooking chicken in NyQuil? Now they're giving people ideas. What, they gonna have drunk chicken? What are they doing?
Guess where they get it from? This stuff always comes from TikTok. I don't think it's real. Like, I don't think they do. I think they was joking when they put it up there because, you know, they did this with the Tide Pods and all that stuff, right? So a new social media challenge is encouraging young people to cook poultry in the basic ingredients of NyQuil and other over-the-counter cough products.
Oh, man.
Like, they literally have... They put the chicken, ain't no seasoning on it, so you know that it ain't us right there. So ain't no seasoning on the chicken.
Right.
And then they pour the NyQuil on there and it starts sizzling and then they turn it over. Yeah.
Some drunk chicken.
So they're trying to knock people out. But you know, they have to put out the warning because even cooking it releases these chemicals that even if you inhale them become an issue too.
Yeah.
So that's why. But that sounds disgusting. Who would even eat that in the first place? NyQuil doesn't even taste good.
TikTok will have to start monitoring the videos before they start putting them out. That's what they're gonna have to start doing. But isn't that over in, where's that at? China? Where's what is TikTok?
I think their business is out there, but they also have they can run it from here. Like they have to have a corporation somewhere here in the United States so that they can run a business. So
somebody gonna have to oversee it before it comes out to the...
They got a warning. Like when I tried to search for the video, they have people reposting it, but you can't see the original, and they have like a warning on there. Like you can't see the video, only like repost.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
So, East Cleveland had to suspend their police chief, a 47-year-old Scott Gardner, who pled not guilty to theft fraud charges in the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court. He was accused or they charged him with aggravated theft, telecommunications fraud, 6 counts of monthly semi-annual returns by vendor payments, tampering with records, theft in office, grand theft, 2 counts of passing bad checks.
Yeah?
What if your police chief was doing this? And he tried to arrest you?
What was that? Where you say it was?
East Cleveland.
Oh, well, shit.
Look, you know how many tickets I got? East Cleveland, I ain't pay off.
East Cleveland, there you go.
But can you imagine him trying to pull somebody over? You like, sir, no.
Man,
Ain't you in jail?
Your record longer than everybody's.
He bailed out or whatever, so he's out on bond or whatever.
Well, they suspended him, right? Of course.
Yeah, he's suspended.
All right. Well,
Probably gonna get fired after all this.
Yeah, he died.
But he better not be trying to call nobody, trying to throw his little power around.
Is he a brother?
No.
Yeah?
No, he's not. This is an unfortunate story right here. This happened in Columbia, South Carolina. This store called Belk department store. You ever heard of that? Belk, Belk.
Yeah.
I never heard of him before, but
yeah, I heard him.
63-year-old Bessie Durham it's a female. She was a janitor at this department store. She was found dead in the store's public bathroom. Last seen on Thursday, found on Monday.
Oh, hell no.
So she was there for 4 days, the whole weekend, doing the whole shopping and all that in these people's bathroom.
Well, she probably had a heart attack, but still, nobody went in the bathroom to see nothing. Nobody
How
checked.
big is the bathroom? It's like a little department store. Like,
She might have been in the stall, like, you know.
even if she was in the stall, ain't nobody cleaned the bathroom in 4 days.
No, ain't nobody checked.
Like, you have to have other employees. First off, First off, if your employee don't clock out,
right,
that should be the first sign right there.
Man, how old you say she was?
63.
Oh man,
That's an embarrassment for the company, because you telling me I work for you and you don't even know I'm gone for 4 days. I ain't clock out, nothing. Just
where was her family at? No family call?
her family was like, after the 4 days or after the weekend, they couldn't find her. So that's what made them do a police report. And they were like, where did you last hear from her at, or you know, known for her to be? And they said she was at work last time we spoke to her.
That sound, look.
So they sent, you know, the police of course went to the store, and she was found in the bathroom.
After 1 day, I would have been calling.
Well, I don't know. You know, some people not close with their family like that. This is why people need to check on their folks. But I don't know how close she was with her family. So, but yeah, that's an embarrassment to the company for them to even whatever. All right, so Ohio, you know, the heartbeat bill, which the federal, the Supreme Court basically made it where women, they turn these decisions over to the states, you know, to not have abortions or whatever. So the heartbeat bill was one where it would put a ban on all abortions. So they blocked it in court. The ACLU, which is the American Civil Liberties Union, is a nonprofit organization that advocates for individuals for civil liberties in the United States. So they did a restraining order on the behalf of these clinics and the physicians that represent these clinics. You know, they talked to one of the doctors on the news with this article. So they basically blocked it for another 14 days. So women can go through abortions for 20 weeks. They can go through 20 weeks now instead of doing a heartbeat, because I think the heartbeat is like 12, 16 weeks or something like that. So they got a little bit longer to make the decision. They said that the clinics argue that the law violates protections in the state constitution guaranteeing individual liberty and equal protection. The suit also says the law is unconstitutionally vague, and they may extend it again. But what's crazy is what the doctor said. He said that a lot of people that was all for not having abortions, like they voted or they didn't want it to happen or whatever, those were the same people coming in trying to get abortions.
Right. That's how it always.
But ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's the hypocrisy. It always happened. It always happened where people are going against their own best interest.
That's how it always is.
Like, oh my God, do I have enough time? I mean, I never thought that I was all against it before, but now that I'm pregnant, now, you know.
Yeah, that one night stand, y'all.
Oh God, I'm just like, people are just some hypocrites.
Yeah.
All right, so I got some social media stuff that I found on Twitter. One of these, this is men stuff right here. So men. So this lady, let me see if I can find it. Here, this Mariance vibes on Twitter at Queen Dondada.
Oh, she took my name.
Her name at Queen Dondada. She said this the number 300 reasons, I guess, of why I'm still single. Backstory: I met this man yesterday while out celebrating my son's birthday. Our conversation yesterday was short, nothing more, only to wake up to this 50 Shades of Grayish. What the F? I'm gonna read this. Man, I'm like, what? This is what he wrote her. This all. Why do you tell me when we get done why men do this? I'ma suck on the clitoris of your thoughts until you moan prosperity. I plan to grip you from behind and slow grind my fully erected sound mind against all of your childhood traumas until tears of healing starts to fall from your beautiful face. From behind, I'm gonna put my hand around your throat in the most passionate way, and my lips on the tip of your ear. I will whisper, strip for me. You should reply in a low tone, I'm already naked. I will say, no, baby, remove your insecurities, remove your childhood pain and your confusion. I want to touch you in places no man has ever touched you. I want you to open your mind for me. You will turn around and straddle my divine knowledge. I'm going to grip you by your precious long hair and pulled your head backwards. That's how he said it. And pulled your head backwards until your back is slightly arched and you moan loud, I love you. I will reply no, while thrusting my knowledge into the wetness of your mind. I need you to love you. That's the only true love that will ever matter. You will climax and climax again and climax again until you stand up a renewed woman. I will yell out all praises due to the Most High. I've won your heart. I don't plan on relinquishing it no time soon, but good morning, princess.
It's ridiculous. Straight ludicrous. Buffoonery.
Look, this is
Everything.
this was from Arkansas. This area code 870 from Arkansas. These cornballs in Arkansas doing this.
That's ridiculous. He didn't even hit it yet, did he?
No.
And
She said she just spoke to him very briefly. Maybe they exchanged. This looked like this say iMessage. I don't know if that's a iPhone thing.
Well, he's
Maybe
blocked.
iPhone.
He blocked. He better be blocked.
What?
And now, why would you even say that sexual stuff and then say childhood and child in there? That's
Childhood pain and insecurity. I don't know.
come on. It's too much. It's too much.
All right. So, in Wacky Florida news, this man killed his ex-wife and stepson.
Man.
Dispute over lights left on in the house.
His lights was off.
They not. I don't even think he lived. I don't think they lived together.
Yeah, he was crazy.
But the recently divorced Florida man shot his ex-wife and her adult son in a rage over electricity and leaving the lights on in the house. Michael D. Williams, 47 years old, was arrested Sunday evening and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the death of Marsha E. Banks Williams, 48, and Robert Adams, 28. They said this is like his stepson, so it's not even his son.
Did you say ex-wife?
Yes, he recently divorced.
Why is he still there? Why is he there?
I don't know if it's like, I don't think they have young kids. I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe she got the house and he's still paying the bills, could be. But that's him right there.
Oh, man. He done.
So they say Williams had called 911 just before 8 p.m. stating he shot the victims in self-defense at the home he shared with her following the divorce after 10 years of marriage. So yeah, he lost it. He said turn them damn lights off, and they ain't turn lights off, and then I think he was getting into a scuffle with the son, and then he ended up doing that. He actually called the police and waited for him to get there, and he was arrested. So
Oh, man.
he wasted his whole life.
Yeah, he done.
Dumb.
Sad.
Yep. So for our finance and trading, guess what we're gonna talk about?
What's that?
The 3 major stock indices. You ever heard on the news where they be like the S&P 500
Yeah.
or the Dow Jones or the NASDAQ? So some people may not know what those things are.
Let him know.
So for the Standard & Poor's 500, which is the S&P 500, it is the top 500 companies in the United States, and they go by how much the company is worth. So basically the top 500 companies. Now they represent 80% of the total value of the United States stock market. So it's a good indicator of movement in the United States market. The market cap on the total S&P 500 is $39.9 trillion. All the companies put together, that's what they're worth. So when the S&P 500 moves and they talk about, the S&P 500, that's because a lot of them companies, say if Apple go down or What's another company? Apple, Tesla, all of them on the S&P 500. So when those big companies, the ones that make up the most of the value on there, if they stock price go down, it's going to drag the S&P 500 down with it.
Man.
So the second one, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is 30 of the largest and most influential blue chip companies in the United States. And they are based off of the dividend yield. So the dividends are what the companies pay back to their investors. So if I had a stock in, say, Coca-Cola or something like that, if I'm in there, I have ownership of their shares, then they will give me a certain amount of money back based on how many shares I have. So that's a dividend. Did you know that? See, these are companies that's in the Dow Jones. IBM, Intel, Johnson & Johnson, McDonald's, like, these old tried and true companies that have been around for a while. Yeah, Nike, Procter & Gamble,
Coca-Cola,
Home Depot. So those are like the 30. So the next one is the NASDAQ Composite. Now this one is tech heavy. So it's an exchange on which technology stocks are traded. So not all of them are in the United States. A lot of them are in China, technology and stuff like that. The NASDAQ companies are Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Alphabet, which is Google, Tesla, Nvidia, PayPal. So a lot of just software, computer, tech companies. Now they got some stronger ones, and then they got like the newer ones. So these are actually the stronger ones, but they do have some new ones that get on there, the smaller companies, startups. That's it for that. Finance and trading. Just wanted to tell y'all about the 3 major stock indices: standard S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the NASDAQ. So when you hear them talk about it on the news, you will know what they're talking about now.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to our health and wellness. What we're going to talk about here is signs and symptoms of a stroke and what to do. So people, because people, they have their family members around and they don't recognize what some of these symptoms are. It depends on who it is. I think it has a lot to do with healthcare literacy, as far as what people know. A lot of people in poor neighborhoods or that don't have a lot of medical or education background, they may not know these things. So that's why I want to talk about it, just for the average person. So with stroke is a brain injury where either it's 2 types of stroke. So either they're having a brain bleed or they have a clot that's blocking circulation to a certain part of their brain. So either way, whether you have a brain bleed where you're not getting circulation to that part of the brain because the blood is leaking out, or you have a clot and it's blocking the blood flow. Either way, it has something to do with blood flow to a part of the brain. The symptoms that you look for is, they use an acronym on the CDC website called FAST. I think they used to have BFAST and now they have FAST on there, but I'm going to go over all of it with you. I'm going to go over the whole BFAST thing. So the B is for balance. What do you think the balance part is?
Balance, you can't stand up straight, you're losing your balance. What are they talking about?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
or dizziness or something like that. Like, it's almost like when you drunk. It's the same kind of symptoms.
It's equilibrium.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the part of the brain that controls the equilibrium. Look, I can't even say it. That controls that part of the brain. And so when you're not getting blood flow to that, then that can affect your balance. And another one is eyes.
What's that, blurry vision?
Blurred vision. Or loss of vision.
Yeah.
Depending on where the lack of blood flow is. So you can have those 2 symptoms, or even more. Sometimes you can have unequal pupils. That could be it too. So you can have unequal pupils in other things, but if you put all of these symptoms together, then that we're going over today, you can kind of suspect a stroke. So they have face. What do you think the face is?
Yeah, it's like droopy face, like stiff, can't move your face.
So
Droopy.
Yeah, so it'll have a one-sided droop. Yeah. And the reason is because, your brain actually works on the opposite side of the body. So if your right arm is limp, then the left side of your brain is affected, So what you would do is ask the person to smile. And, both the corners of your mouth supposed to curl up when you smile, Well, with them, one side won't curl up. It'll drag down. And you can tell with the lines in their face around, you know, when people smile, they got the lines around their mouth. So you can see that on there too. So if one side droops, then you can go on to the next symptom and see if that's another issue. I'll probably be calling 911 at this point. You know, I mean, you can always cancel them later or whatever, but when you start seeing these symptoms, then you might want to call 911. And so while you continue checking them out, A is for arms. What do you think about the arms?
You can't move your arms.
So what you would do is ask.
No movement.
Yeah, so no movement or weakness. It can start out as weakness, and then, you know, no movement can be part of it too.
All right.
So what you would do is ask them to raise both of their arms straight up in front of them. If one side droops or they can't hold it up the same level, then that could be a sign if one arm drifts downwards. Also, if their hand grasp, if their hands get weak or something like that, like they can't hold a spoon or a fork or a cup or something like that. Mm-hmm. The S in fast is for speech. What do you think that one is?
Slur speech.
Exactly.
Like
they drunk. The symptoms of a stroke sometimes is the same as being drunk. So if they have slurred speech, or they're not able to talk for some reason, they have what they call aphasia. So they got symptoms of aphasia: trouble speaking clearly, trouble understanding speech, trouble writing clearly, even writing, because that is a part of speech, written speech. They will have a problem with that too. They will have trouble understanding words or remembering object names. So they may not say the right thing. So some of that can happen during a stroke, or early signs of a stroke and during the stroke. And the T is for time. What is time? Time is of the essence. So if someone is showing any of these symptoms, you need to call 911 immediately.
Quick, fast.
Time is of the essence. You can literally save somebody's life. The minutes count when this happens. I mean, even when they go to the emergency room, they have a time from door to CAT scan, from door to when they get a medication or something like that. Like if they have a clot, they need to have a blood thinner to break this clot down fast so that they can get circulation to that part of their brain. Or if they have a brain bleed, they may have to have surgery or something like that. So this stuff matters. The time matters. Now, what I will tell you are that 80% of the strokes are preventable. That's a lot, ain't it? Yeah. 80%. And so let's see what some of the risk factors are. And they're modifiable risk factors, things that you can change. That's why they're preventable. So high blood pressure is the leading cause of a stroke. Tobacco use, because tobacco, when you smoke, it kind of clamps down on your blood vessels, so it interferes with your blood flow. Diabetes, high cholesterol, obesity, and physical inactivity. Those are the risk factors. And those, what were you about to say?
Sound like all those are tied up to your diet too.
Yeah, it is. High cholesterol, obesity, high blood pressure. Yeah, it can be. And inactivity. So
you gotta start eating healthy, guys. You gotta start eating healthy. All this fast food, McDonald's and greasy foods and potato chips and starch and all this, we need to stop.
Especially in our community, because
right, but it's cheap and it's fast. We want it, but we gotta stop. We gotta do better.
And this is another reason why we need to advocate for better things in the community, like better stores where you can get fresh fruits and vegetables and not get spoiled food or eating a whole bunch of fast food. Like if you got a whole bunch of fast food restaurants in your community, then that is a problem.
But organic food is expensive too. That's another reason why people get the fast food.
But even organic food costs regular, like an organic orange costs more than a regular orange, Yeah,
more than a steroid orange.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Or steroid chicken.
But a lot of people don't even have access to that. So, instead of eating McDonald's and stuff like that. But I mean, even some fast food try to have better choices now.
It's still processed and stuff though. So
Yeah. They also have what they call last known well. Like, when was the last time this person was well? Also, when this happened, you might want to have the information for the ambulance, because they're going to ask you when was the last time they were better, what symptoms are they having, are they still conscious? Those are the things the ambulance will want to know. And also what kind of medications they're taking. You know, if you can get that gathered up, that would be nice too.
Yeah.
All right, for our tech, this made me, oh man, because I probably can't even get it, but Samsung, they have a 55-inch rotating Odyssey Ark Screen.
That sounds interesting.
It is.
Rotating. So which way?
They have horizontal, and then they have a vertical view.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But this is big. You know how when you're in the game room and you go inside of the little motorcycle booth or whatever, it's that big. You sit in front of it, it looks like you're in the game.
Yeah.
I'll put the pictures in. I'll have the links below too, so y'all can get it.
They got a TV like that too, though.
Look at this.
Yeah.
They got 165 hertz refresh rate.
Yeah, that's the speed. That's the stuff going across the screen.
Yeah, 4K quantum HDR.
It should be 8K.
They got here 4K, and their resolution is 3840 by 2160.
Yeah, that's 4K all day. Yeah. Oh, just look into that and see how much it costs. Dun, dun, dun. This is what we need to know. What's the price?
What is the price? Let's see. The price is $34.99.
No. A little bit too much for me.
What? It is a lot. That's why I said I can't get it yet. Unless I flip some stocks.
Hey.
I'm still trying to work on getting another version, but that looks nice. I really want.
People will get it because it's fast. A lot of gamers. Well, you can get a TV. It won't rotate like that though, but you can get a 55-inch TV with those same features for less than that.
Yeah.
Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next is Kia and Hyundai is being sued.
Uh-oh.
You know why? You know how many TikTok videos we watch where they taking they're taking the cars, not even the catalytic converters.
Catalytic converters.
They taking the wheels off of Hyundais and Kias. They're made by the same company, right? Kia and this parent company, Hyundai. So they're getting sued by pissed off victims. So on Wednesday, a national class action.
What they go do to Honda and Kia?
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm about to tell you why they're holding them responsible, I guess. So on Wednesday, a national class action lawsuit was filed against the automakers for a defect that the TikTok challenge exposed. The lawsuit, which was filed in federal court in Orange County, California, alleges that Kias built between 2011 and 2021, and Hyundais built from 2015 to 2021 that were equipped with traditional key engines rather than keyless fobs, were deliberately built without engine immobilizers, a critical, inexpensive, and very common device that's meant to prevent cars from being hot wired and stolen. But the complaint says that virtually every car maker over the last 20 years have used it, and yet Kia and Hyundai did not. Hence the easy car swiping by children. That's what they say. Those are the people who still in that car.
Hyundai or Honda? Hyundai?
Yeah, not Honda, Hyundai. They have like Hyundai, Kia of Bedford.
Honda and Kia was cheap cars back in the day. They was cheap. Well, now they cost more money, but back in the day they was real cheaply made cars.
Yeah, but they get swiped.
Yeah, because they don't have a chip on their keys.
They still their car. I seen an article where it was 2 people. They stole like 3 of those cars within minutes. It wasn't that far apart. They ended up catching them, but like in the same parking lot, they're still in these cars. Like
they just pop out the ignition switch and just put a screwdriver in there and gone.
I don't know. That must be what they're doing because they don't have the engine immobilizers in there.
Yeah, that's the old school way.
So they said Kia and Hyundai refused to comment on the pending litigation, but did not. They did say that the immobilizers became standard on their vehicles after November of 2021. So almost a year
2022
ago.
cars.
Almost a year ago.
Wow.
So they late, but I mean, Get what you pay for, I guess. I don't know.
That's terrible.
But yeah, they robbing them cars. I'm like, I couldn't have one of them cars knowing that. Y'all don't buy no Kia or no Hyundai. Why they doing that? And if you do have one, y'all might want to find another way to secure your vehicle in these parking lots, especially if you're in an apartment building complex or you park your car on the street.
Trade it in, y'all.
Trade it in. Not in this economy. Your interest rate gonna be jacked up. Don't do it.
Crazy.
All right, our word of the day. I think you're gonna like this. Chocolatophobia or chocolatophobia. Chocolatophobia. What do you think that means?
Look like some kind of phobia.
All right, chocolatophobia.
I don't know.
Cocoa. What's cocoa?
That's chocolate.
Or they say chocolatophobia.
They got a chocolate, or they don't like chocolate, or allergic to chocolate. What is it?
An irrational or disproportionate fear of chocolate.
Yeah.
Racism.
Wow. That's crazy.
But yeah, no, it's not racism. I'm just joking. But yeah, so I guess if people fear, I don't know why people would fear chocolate, like the actual candy, or I don't know if it's a color thing or a smell thing or something. Because they're not talking about an allergy. They're talking about a fear of chocolate, like an irrational fear of chocolate. So this a real thing.
Is it a smell?
I don't know, but that's the word of the day. Chocolatophobia. It don't say, it's XOCO. I don't know how to say cocoa.
Yeah.
How is XOCO?
Yeah, I don't get that one, but that's probably a word I will never use.
You can use it now because we just went over it.
After today.
Chocolatophobia.
I don't have.
I probably won't say a irrational fear of chocolate, but I might use it in that context we just talked about.
I don't have a chocolatophobia.
See, you just did.
I do not.
Of course you don't, because you like you got a chocolate woman.
Yeah, I like chocolate woman. I like chocolate. You know.
You like chocolate candy and chocolate. Your chocolate wife.
So that's not me.
All right. For our relationship topic today, we are going to talk about how to make difficult conversations less intimidating. So if you want to speak to your spouse or your significant other about a difficult conversation, how would you go about doing it? What do you think of some difficult conversations, though? Baby? Baby?
Financing, jobs. She might want to talk to him about his job or making more money.
Just think about when you were dating and you had issues with a lot of people and the stuff that they did. So yeah, finances, some of them, or body odor or something like
sex.
Yep, sex. Size. They talk about size of their stuff, or
it ain't size. Like they might want you to change it up or try and make you last long. They want you to last longer, or whatever.
Yeah, so those type of conversations.
All those conversations could make somebody mad, though. Every last one of them.
But yeah, they can. But it has to be, if you're in a relationship, just like me and you, we can talk about anything to each other. You know what I mean? So some people don't know how to do that, though. Some people, that's why they go on these forums. Like they go on Reddit, or they go ask questions on some type of online forum where they ask, how do I tell my spouse this? Or, I'm just like, go tell them. But some people, they fear them, or it depends on the type of relationship they in. If they're in an abusive relationship, they really probably can't say anything.
They don't need to be in that relationship. Yeah.
No, they don't. But they still need, if they're going to stay in it. If they are going to stay in it, then they need a way to learn how to.
Hey, if you cannot talk to your spouse, you don't need to be in a relationship with them.
Or a significant other for the people that's not married.
You're right.
So I got number 1 through 9 here of my things that I feel like we do. And the first one is choosing the right time to talk. So I try not to cause any arguments or anything around the time. Like, say if you at work or if I'm at work, like you don't want to call somebody at their job and be fussing at them while they at work, getting them upset when they trying to focus on work.
Right.
I lost a whole friendship because of that. A whole friendship. Like, don't do that. Or a lot of women do this. Soon as the man hit the door, soon as he get home from work.
Right. Yeah, that's not good.
That ever happened to you before?
Wait till I get off and
Like, you, as soon as you get home, you put your bag down or whatever, and you sit down and it's an argument.
no, I seen it happen before, but it didn't happen to me. No.
Yeah, but that's crazy. Like, some people want to relax when they get home, so that may not be the good time to talk about something controversial or difficult, you know. So I give them a little bit to settle in or something like that, or take a bath or something. I don't know. Wash their ass.
Right.
Number 2, I have that you start off in a respectful manner. Start the conversation off in a respectful manner. Don't walk up behind them and slap them upside the head.
Right.
Don't snatch something from them while they're using it.
Yeah, you don't want it to turn violent.
Or calling names or yelling or something like that.
Yeah.
But people do that though.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, and you know, just be respectful when you do it. Number 3, I have be solution oriented, not I gotta be right oriented. If you're gonna bring up a topic, you need to have a solution in mind. Like, what do you plan on? What is the solution? Like, you need to figure out what that is before you even bring the conversation.
Right. Have an idea for them to help them with this situation. Yeah.
Like, so if your husband ass smell like butt or something like that, then how they supposed to come up to, how they supposed to have a solution for that?
Let's run some bath water. When they first come in,
They be like, no, baby, I ain't ready to take no bath yet.
No, baby, I got your water ready for you.
I ain't ready for no bath yet.
You about to get in it, man.
I don't want to get them.
See, that's the problem right there. That's gonna start it right there.
They're gonna start an argument.
Yep.
If you are upset because they keep leaving their clothes out, or you want them to put it up, maybe, I don't know, you can put a basket by the door. I don't know, something.
Yeah, you get all those signs in the beginning, though. If you be around them a lot.
Yeah, but some people, what they do is wait until they halfway in the relationship, and then it's like, then they start talking about, after the honeymoon phase is over with. The honeymoon phase is over with. That's when stuff start getting on their nerves, and they hold this stuff in until the end. Then they come out and be like, well, I hate when you do that. Well, he's been doing it for a year now, so
right.
You know what I mean? So
communication.
And we always say that, yeah. I would say number 4, I got stay focused on the topic that's at hand. Don't try to bring up old stuff. Talk about the other stuff another day.
No, they always go bring up another subject or another topic.
Now, I'm saying they not supposed to though, but some people do.
Yeah, but if you getting the best of them, what about when you did this?
Remember when we were having our little tit for tats back when we first started, when we were dating in the beginning, and I told you, I'm like, we're in a relationship that I am not trying to be your enemy. I'm always going to try to look out for the best, so don't think I'm trying to do anything intentional. That was like my number one thing for you to understand. Like, I'm not trying to do anything intentional to hurt you. So if I'm doing something, let me know so I could fix it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you are with somebody and y'all really not trying to hurt each other, then this should be easier to talk about. So you shouldn't be holding on to things for months at a time and then trying to bring it up in the middle of an argument, because that's the worst thing. That will make somebody blow up.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking about, putting away the dishes, and then you start bringing up, them hiding their phone from you 3 months ago, then that's not going to be a good thing to do.
Yeah. Ooh-wee.
And so if you talk about that another day, just say, look, I think we should talk about that another day. We not talking about that right now. and just do it like that. Now, if it's relevant to the argument and and y'all talking about it, you can introduce it that way, but don't be bringing up a totally unrelated thing to the argument. Number 5, I have don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Just let the person talk and you just listen. I know it's hard for people to listen. It's hard for people to not interrupt. There's a lot of people that do that though. I can't stand it. They interrupt. You can't even get your point across. Some people try to dominate the conversation. Like, and you get to that point, it's not even worth arguing about.
Right. Leave it alone.
Just let it go. And do it also with no judgment. Like, if women, ladies, if you come to your man with a problem and he's trying to express himself to you of why he may have done something, when he starts telling you, don't get judgmental. Let him say what he has to say, because otherwise you won't never hear. He's not going to want to tell you next time.
Right. Man, people. Communication. I'm going to say it again. Communication. People gotta talk to each other. If you communicated in the beginning, you would not have these problems as much. You might have a problem here or there, but not as much.
Yeah, start off good. I have number 6, that you don't have to agree with them. Y'all can always agree to disagree, but try to understand their point of view.
Right.
I'm trying to think of what's a good example for this? I'm trying to think. A man may not look at things how a woman might look at it, and vice versa. So if you want to know a male's point of view, you have to listen. That was one of the things that Kevin Samuels was talking about, that women don't listen to men when they try to tell them stuff. Like, you say you want to understand him, but then you cut him off. You do underhand type stuff, and then get mad when he don't talk to you.
Well, me, I look at both sides.
Sometimes you don't.
I put myself on both sides.
Sometimes you don't, because you're a man.
But I still can put myself on both sides. I understand both sides.
Mm-mm. Well, you might understand, but I know some of the stuff we be talking about sometimes, and I think that it's just from a male perspective. I think you do try to understand why I feel the way I feel about a lot of stuff. 7, fight fair. Don't try to do the accusation. You know how people do that. You always do it. You always. First off, that always part is messed up.
Yeah.
I remember what did I say you do always? I was like, you always do something. He was like, I don't even be over here like that. I'm like, damn, he right.
Probably said I'd be bugging you or something while you on the computer. I'm like, girl.
He don't even be over here all like that. This was when we were back at the apartment, but yeah.
Right. Mess with you for like 2 minutes and walk away for the rest of the night.
But yeah, if you start saying always do this or never, those are 2 words that you got to be careful with using.
Especially never.
Yeah, you never do this. You don't ever.
That's not good. Never is a real bad word.
Yeah, if they actually doing it, like, don't lie about it though. And then doing accusations. I think, well, that's part of the trust. When you don't trust somebody, then that's when they tend to do the accusations and blaming and all that type of stuff. So just try to keep that out of it. 8, you try to find out the thing, like a common ground, something that you do agree on, and build upon that.
Sounds good.
And then number 9 is my favorite thing. Take a break when you need to cool off. Run, ladies, run. Run.
Hey guys, go in your man cave. Right.
I hate arguing, so I'll just be like, I'm out. I'm going here. But we are, the house big enough for now. We can go different levels across different rooms. Yeah. So we good with that. I think that's it. I want to say that if you found this episode to be of any value, and if you learn anything new, consider subscribing to our channel. You can like, you can join, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. And if you want to share, you can do that too. Do you have anything else to say, L?
No, I'm good.
You've been good all this time.
I'm good. We good.
All right.
We go try that again, y'all.
Because I don't know what I'm doing. All right. We out.
We out. Peace out.